Hello again everyone, Deflect here, Firm But Fair Gaming, coming to bring you the last build video on the 7 days of builds. This will be the Jedi Sage Telekinetics. This is one of my favorite range DPS classes. It's the mirror image of the Sith Sorcerer Lightning, which I like a little better just because I like shooting lightning and not throwing pebbles. Now we have gone way up on the subscribers, and I want to thank everyone for hitting that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, if you can hit the subscribe button, it greatly helps me out. Like, share this video, and I will get into the build. Now, like I said, it's a Telekinetics build. These are the abilities I'm running. You can read them at your own will. Jedi Resistance, Tectonic Mastery. I am running Pain Bearer. I am running Blackout in the Masterful section. Mega Physical Alacrity. I'm running Telekinetic Defense, Force Mobility, Mental Defense, and Valerius Spirit. Now, if I butchered any of those words, it happens. It's early in the morning, and I'm tired. So, I have now we'll go into the abilities, and we can see what or sorry, not the abilities, the gear set that I'm running. I'm running the Gathering Storm gear set with all force sensitivity amplifiers. So this gear set has the duration of mental alacrity is increased by 5 seconds, and using force speed reduces the active cooldown of mental alacrity by 5 seconds. Force speed makes your next direct force attack deal 20% more damage, and force attacks deal 20% more damage while mental alacrity is active. That's what I'm running, the gear set with the Stormwatch Tactical. For the stats, I have 2136 alacrity. What you're shooting for is 2125, because with the 5% passive on this spec, you can get to a 1.3 GCD. I'm slightly over. It's close enough for me. I have a different ear one. I could get very close to it, but I lose out on a lot of power, so I don't put it in. Accuracy is the same. 1590 is the stat you're after. Other than that, mix and match, put the rest into crit. I only have 2253, and that's strictly because I didn't put any purples on this one, because I didn't feel like spending a whole lot of extra credits to do it. So, that's what I'm running for gear. That's what the combat proficiencies are. And now I will show you a little bit about the abilities and what you want to watch out for. So, your main one, your main two actually, are going to be Weaken Mind. Weakens the target's minds, 1800 or 16,000 internal damage over 18 seconds, so it's a dot effect, damage over time. But with that, it does weaken the enemy, which will let your Turbulence really hit hard. So Turbulence, your main damage dealer, you will want to be using this. So Turbulence automatically crits when hits target affected by Weakened Mind. So you want to hit it with a target affected by Weakened Mind. So make sure your target is affected. You can see it right here, Weakened Mind, and then hit it with Turbulence because it will crit. It does very nice crit damage. Very easy. To refresh Weakened Mind, you can also use Telekinetic Wave. So, if you have multiple enemies and you pick the last one in a chain, it will go through them all and refresh them all. So, keep Weakened Mind up on as many people as you can. For Force Potency, I use it in front of Weakened Mind because Weakened Mind doesn't count. So, if I use it, I will use then Weakened Mind, and then I will use Turbulence, and it will work very well with Turbulence. You can just see I hit for 41,000. So, that's when I use my Force Potency. That's the idea behind that one. You will have your Force Speed, which will then automatically proc Telekinetic Burst, so you can use this instantly, and Telekinetic Burst can proc Telekinetic Wave. So watch out for those. They don't hit as hard as Turbulence. Turbulence is your main damage dealer. Also on that, Telekinetic Gust will then proc Mind Crush. So Mind Crush is another dot. You'll want to be using this as well on your main enemy. So I will give you an example rotation. This isn't the end-all be-all. This is just an example. Because you do have these are my abilities that have a longer cooldown. This one grants 20% alacrity and immunity to pushbacks and interrupts for 20 seconds. So if you want to use this at the beginning, you can have your force speed to proc your telekinetic burst, and you haven't attacked the enemy yet. Now when you attack, Weaken Mind, Turbulence, Telekinetic Gust, Mind Crush, Telekinetic Wave, then the burst. And you can do burst and then project. And then you have another wave. So, and then you want to go back to, actually you probably should have done the turbulence before the wave again. So, that's just an example of what you can do with a rotation. Priority list, what you want to do on cooldown will be Weaken Mind should be on your target. You want to have this on any target you're going to hit with turbulence. Anyone at all. But you can have it on multiple targets because it's a basic instant cast and you can just dot a bunch, like target this one, target the dummy, go back to this one if it's a different target. Make sure you have it on a bunch. Then your next priority is Turbulence, because it's your main damage dealer, like I've said. Then Telekinetic Gust to proc Mind Crush, then Mind Crush. And then if Mind Crush is on your target, you'll want to hit it with a project. Only if it has it on it. If not, you want to hit the wave when it's procced. So it must be, you want to see it like this. When it's procced, you'll want to use that next, and then Telekinetic Burst your last one. So that's the order you kind of want to use your abilities, but make sure you have Weaken Mind before Turbulence, because it will hit that much harder. So it's pretty much it. The rest of the abilities you can look at yourself. Here's your Force Wave for your blowback AoE. Here's your other Force Quake for your AoE damage. If it's just sitting a bunch of targets, you can just keep hitting this. And then I have my defensives here. Here's your self-heal, your bubble, which you can put on. This is your force barrier. If you're taking a lot of damage, you can put up a barrier and it will protect you. And then I have my just healing abilities down here. And then, of course, your phase walk. So look through the other abilities. I've gone through the damage ones. You can see how I did it. Don't forget, here's your last one, your raid buff, which is increased mastery, endurance, and presence for you and your operation group within 40 meters by 10% last 10 seconds. So force empowerment is your raid buff. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for the Sage. I want to thank everyone who's hit the subscribe button over the last week. Still looking to push for those 500 subscribers, so if you can hit it if you're not a subscriber, hit the like, hit the share. I want to thank everyone for watching, and this was Deflect from Firm But Fair Gaming.